Michelle, can I ask you something personal?
Sure.
How long did you think about moving to San Francisco before you actually did anything about it?
2 years, maybe more.
2 years of one day I'll apply. And then the interview came and,
And I wasn't ready, because thinking about something for 2 years is not the same as preparing for it. Hey everyone, I'm Michelle, and welcome back to Daily English Listening Podcast.
and I'm Chris. Today we are talking about the two most dangerous words in any language, one day, and the two most powerful words that replace them, day one.
And by the end of this conversation, you are going to know exactly how to use words like momentum and overwhelming with real examples of what it looks like to actually start something, instead of just thinking about it.
Just stay with us. This one is personal.
Very personal.
Okay, so one day. Michelle, what does one day actually feel like from the inside?
It feels safe. That's the honest answer.
Safe?
When you say, one day I'll do this, you never have to fail at it. You never have to find out if you're actually good enough.
Because you never try.
Because you never try. One day is a perfect version of yourself that lives in the future. She applied to that job. She speaks English fluently. She runs every morning.
And she's great at all of it because she's never actually done any of it.
Exactly. She's never been tested.
And day one?
Day one is completely different. Day one is messy. You feel slow. You make mistakes. You sound terrible.
Which is exactly why people avoid it.
Because one day feels good and day one feels uncomfortable.
So we keep choosing the comfortable lie.
Over and over. For months. Sometimes years.
I want to ask you something, Michelle, and I want the real answer.
Okay.
When you were thinking about that job in San Francisco, what were you actually waiting for?
I told myself I was waiting until my English was better, until I had more experience, until the timing was right.
And was any of that true?
No, I was just scared. I didn't want to find out that I wasn't enough.
So the one day was protecting you from the answer.
Which is the cruelest thing about it, because the answer, the real answer, only comes when you try.
And you only tried when the deadline forced you.
The interview date was announced, and suddenly, I had no more 1 days. It was just, this is happening, ready or not.
And it didn't go well.
It did not go well. I froze. I forgot things I knew. I wasn't ready.
But here's what I want everyone listening to hear. You applied.
I applied.
That's day one. The interview going badly, that's just what day one looks like.
And it taught me more in one afternoon than 2 years of thinking had.
Drop a comment right now. We want to know, what is your one day? What is the thing you keep saying you'll start but haven't yet? Write it down, just one sentence, because writing it down is actually the beginning of day one.
We read every single comment, and I promise you are not the only one.
Okay, so let's talk about why one day is so sticky. Why is it so hard to shake?
Part of it is that one day feels like a plan. It sounds responsible. I'll do it when I'm ready.
When the conditions are right.
When I have more time. When I'm less tired. When it's Monday. When it's the first of the month.
When the stars align and the weather is perfect and I've slept exactly 8 hours.
And none of those conditions ever all arrive at the same time.
Never. So one day becomes a moving target.
Always just out of reach. And meanwhile, the thing you want stays in a box.
A package that hasn't been opened.
A package?
Think about it. Your potential, your English, your skill, whatever you want to build, it's like a package that arrived at your door weeks ago. You can see it, you can read the label, you can imagine what's inside.
But until you actually open it,
You have nothing. Day one is just ripping the tape off the box.
that's it. That's all it is.
You don't have to know what to do with everything inside. You just have to open it.
And people are afraid of what they'll find.
or afraid they won't know how to use it.
But you learn by using it, not by looking at the box.
Okay, so what does day one actually look like? Because I think people imagine it as this big dramatic moment.
And it almost never is.
It really isn't. My day one for running, and I'm not proud of this, was putting on old shoes that didn't fit right and going around the block once.
Once? Just once around the block?
Once. I was out of breath, my knees hurt, I came back inside and sat on the floor.
On the floor.
On the floor. But I went, and the next day I went again, and slowly momentum built.
Momentum. That's such an important word here. Once you start moving, it gets easier to keep moving, not because the thing becomes less hard, but because your identity starts to shift.
You stop being someone who wants to run, you become someone who runs.
Even badly, even slowly, even just once around the block.
The label changes when you start.
And the label is everything, because we do what we believe we are.
I want to add something here because I think it's important. The identity shift doesn't happen all at once.
No, it's gradual.
Day one, you still feel like someone who is pretending to be a runner.
Day 5, you feel like someone who runs sometimes.
Day 30, you feel like a runner.
Same person, same activity, different label.
And the label changes everything about how you show up.
Because when you believe you are something, you protect it.
Like, I am someone who practices English every day. That sentence makes you less likely to skip.
Because skipping means proving yourself wrong.
And nobody wants to prove themselves wrong.
So the identity becomes its own motivation.
Which is why day one matters so much. It's not about what you accomplish on that first day.
It's about who you decide to become.
So day one is not about the result. It's about changing who you think you are.
From I want to speak English to I am learning English. Present tense, active.
That shift is bigger than any vocabulary lesson.
So much bigger.
Okay, I want to push on something because I hear this a lot. I'll start on Monday. I'll start next month. I'll start when things calm down.
The Monday trap.
The Monday trap. Why is Monday so special?
Because it feels like a clean start, a fresh page.
But here's the wildcard thought. Starting on a Tuesday at 3 in the afternoon when you're tired and the day didn't go well.
That is actually more powerful than starting on a motivated Monday morning.
Way more powerful, because motivated Monday Michelle is easy. She slept well, she's excited, she has her new notebook.
She definitely has a new notebook.
Tired Tuesday Michelle, who starts anyway, that's the version that actually builds something.
Because she's proving to herself that she doesn't need perfect conditions.
She doesn't need to feel ready. She doesn't need the right moment. She just needs to decide that this moment, this imperfect, inconvenient moment, is day one. And that decision is available right now, not Monday, not next month.
Right now.
Okay, so how do you actually make the shift? Because I know people are listening and thinking, okay, but how?
3 things, and they're all small. The first, lower the bar drastically.
How low?
If you want to practice English, 5 minutes. Not an hour, not 30 minutes, 5.
That sounds too easy.
It sounds too easy, but it's not about the 5 minutes. It's about proving to your brain that you are someone who shows up.
You're building the identity, not the skill.
The skill comes later. The identity has to come first.
What's the second thing?
Define the when. Not later today, not after dinner. At 5:15, after I make coffee, I will open the app.
Specific time, specific trigger.
Because later is where one day lives. Later has no address. It doesn't exist.
5:15 has an address.
It exists. You can show up to it.
And the third? And here's something I think people need to hear. When day one goes badly, that is not a sign you were wrong to start.
It's a sign you started.
There's a difference.
A big difference. Bad day ones are the most common kind.
My first run was terrible. My first time speaking Spanish in public, I used the wrong word and the whole table laughed.
What did you say?
I was trying to say I was embarrassed. I used the wrong word and accidentally told everyone I was pregnant.
Chris.
In front of 8 people, at a dinner table, very loud.
And what did you do?
I laughed, and then I kept speaking Spanish.
Because the mistake didn't kill you.
The mistake made a good story, and I never forgot that word again.
That is the gift of a bad day one. The lesson sticks.
You never forget what you learned the hard way.
And every person who speaks a language well has a story like that.
Every single one.
Accept the mess. Your first day of anything is going to be uncomfortable. You're going to sound bad, you're going to feel slow, you're going to want to stop.
And that's not failure. That's just what day 1 feels like.
It's supposed to feel like that. If it felt easy, you'd already be doing it.
The dread you feel before starting, that dread is actually a sign that it matters to you.
Dread means something is real. You don't dread things you don't care about.
So the dread is not a stop sign.
It's a confirmation that you're going in the right direction.
And once you start, once you take the plunge,
The dread shrinks almost immediately because action dissolves fear. Thinking about something is almost always worse than doing it.
almost always, the thing in your head is more overwhelming than the real thing.
Overwhelming, when something feels like too much to handle, like the size or difficulty of it is bigger than you are.
And it always feels most overwhelming right before you start.
The peak of overwhelm is the moment before day one. After that, it starts to shrink.
Get the ball rolling and the overwhelming feeling starts to get smaller.
To get the ball rolling means to begin something, to start the process moving, and the moment it starts rolling, everything gets a little easier.
Because you have proof. Proof that you can do it, even a little, even badly.
The proof only comes from doing.
Not from planning, not from waiting, from doing.
And here's the thing, the best time to start was last year. The second best time is right now.
Right now. Not Monday, not when you finish this episode.
Well, maybe finish the episode first.
Fair.
But then, day one, today.
All right, let's spend a moment with some of the key words from today before we go.
Starting with to put something off. This means to delay doing something, to postpone it. I've been putting off this conversation for weeks. She keeps putting off starting her English practice. It's one of the most common phrasal verbs in everyday American English for talking about procrastination. You put something off when you know you should do it, but you keep finding reasons not to.
Then dread, a heavy feeling of fear or anxiety about something you have to do or that is coming. I dread Monday mornings. The dread before starting something new is normal. It's different from regular fear. Dread is specific. It's about something anticipated. And as Michelle said today, if you feel dread about something, it usually means it matters to you.
Momentum, the force or energy that builds as you keep moving. Once she had momentum, stopping felt wrong. It's hard to start, but easy to keep going once you have momentum. Think of it like a rolling ball. The hardest part is getting it moving. Once it's moving, it keeps moving with less effort. This word comes up constantly in conversations about habits, goals, and progress.
To take the plunge, this is a native expression meaning to do something bold or decisive, especially after hesitating for a long time. He finally took the plunge and applied for the job. Taking the plunge is scary, but it's the only way forward. The image is of someone standing at the edge of a pool, nervous and finally jumping. You take the plunge when you stop overthinking and just do it.
Overwhelming, when something feels like too much to handle, like the size or difficulty of it is bigger than you are.
The amount of vocabulary felt overwhelming at first. Starting felt overwhelming until I made the task smaller. The trick with overwhelming things is to lower the bar, make the task so small that it stops feeling overwhelming. And to get the ball rolling, to start something, to begin a process moving. Let's get the ball rolling on this. Once you get the ball rolling, it gets easier. Very common in American English in both professional and casual contexts. The image is a ball that needs a push to start moving. You provide that push.
So, what have you been putting off? What's in the box that you haven't opened yet? Write day 1 in the comments today. Not next Monday, today.
And if today's conversation made you think about what happens when day 1 doesn't go the way you hoped, we have an episode about exactly that right below this one.
It's about managing failure, because day 1 is just the beginning, and what you do when things go wrong is what actually determines where you end up.
Go find it.
See you there.